he's not born in an Aries month. So, so that was bull. If you go
Well,
and look at his documents, he's not. He doesn't have a birthday that would
he
that
was a
would.
spy, and we didn't even know this part of the subplot.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't really addressed this yet, but I've kind of always felt like this film has been in my spirit, like it's part of my being, and I think we both agree with that.
Yeah,
But for me, it's
definitely.
in a say again.
Definitely, absolutely.
And for me, it's in a strange way. Like it was always part of my fiber. People who have known me always said, I don't know if you know this, but some of my award-winning shorts and so forth, when I got super focused and I was starting to draft an outline, one of my films is called Dead End, a short film I did that really helped launch both my career in advertising, music videos, and feature films. I was use that to raise money for Bone Dry. But I was told that every time I'm super hyper focused, I would start listening to King Kong, John Barry's King Kong.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah, yeah. But I'd be focused on it. And then once I did my first film in Death Valley, I was listening to that music as well. So I temp tracked it with the bar scene, you know, which has a really kind of, when he looks up to the Twin Towers and the moon and all that, the way it comes in was just perfect.
I know where I've seen this view before. Yeah.
And the location I shot in Death Valley was just the most spectacular location I've ever shot at. And I used that music, and the composer did a real good job. That's actually how I met my wife, was through the composer, of emulating it without stealing from him. So it kind of has that spirit in it. But when my wife ended up meeting, she had a meeting in Topanga and ended up at the house of Mary Gullerman. And she comes home and she's seen these photographs of the set of Kong Lives, right?
Oh, Lord.
Gullerman. And she goes, I think my husband likes this filmmaker, right? And she asked me, do you know where I was at? And I go, were you at John Gullerman's house? And because I'd just seen her signal go out in the hills of Topanga, because it's just spotty there. And it said John Gullerman in that area. And like, there's the only thing I saw. And I was like, wouldn't that be cool if she ended up there? Well, she did. And it was just
wow.
kind of like kismet, right?
No shit.
Mary was not there. What's that?
It's a no shit.
Yeah, right.
For real.
Mary was not there. She was in the UK at the time, across the pond, as they say. And when she told me about that, I was like, that is really, really wild. So when Mary heard about me being a fan of John's, she invited us over to watch some of his films. And she immediately she loves us, right? But she immediately liked me because I'm pretty blunt about things. And
you know.
Some people may trash Kong, but I said about the only thing wrong with that film, in my opinion, was De Laurentiis, and not in a bad way. I wasn't shooting him down because he's the reason why that film exists.
Right.
He just occasionally would do some kind of harebrained ideas, like let's make $1 million turd that can't move, like the robot. And so I brought that up, and she loved me, and she opened up a bottle of his spirits, his whiskey, and I got to drink from his last bottle of whiskey.
Wow.
And this is about 1.5 years after I had already tried reaching him to see if he would be on Ain't It Cool with Harry Knowles. And I found out he had passed. And I was really bummed.